Good Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be in this wonderful world of ours. Welcome to the Tuesday stream, laptop pound, ready to rock and roll and to chat with you guys and talk some baseball and, play some OOTP and get you guys some pack drops on this Tuesday. Hopefully, some packs that you're going to open up and get some nice little surprises in them that are going to help your team. The good kind of surprises. So hope you guys are doing really well today as we start our stream. Not sure if it's Tuesday or just a second Monday. Kind of feels like that, especially up here in Alberta. It is a dreary, cold, quiet day right now. It does feel like a second Monday. So welcome to episode number 38. Yes, we are on episode number 38 already. And again, hope you guys are having a good start to your day. Yeah, Wildcat Bandit, I'm with you. It does feel like a second Monday, dragging my heels a little bit. And I do have it's chat time. I do have the, coffee going, sporting the Braves jersey, which we'll get to in a minute. I'm sure you guys have all heard the new Braves news. But yeah, it definitely does feel like a second Monday. All right, well, temperature-wise, just to kind of make you guys giggle a little bit, because I'm sure it's a lot warmer where you guys are. But it is 10 degrees Fahrenheit right up here in Edmonton, Alberta. And as you can see along the chart here, we're going to get down to 6 on Saturday. And then by next Monday, Tuesday, we're minus 11 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's going to get cold and it's going to get snowy over the next week. Sometimes I wonder why I live in northern Alberta, Canada, because it makes days like today feel more like a Monday. Elsewhere in the world, what's your temperatures like? What are you guys getting for some temperatures? Are you guys in the 50s or 60s? If you're in Orlando, 74 degrees. You can't complain about that. That's probably still shorts weather, especially for the Canadians that migrate down to Florida. They're like, yeah, we wear shorts in, 40-degree weather. A lot of the times. If you're in the New Orleans area, you're at a nice 69. If you're in Little Rock, it looks like you got some rain coming today, 60 degrees. And Atlanta, which again, I'm sporting today with the jersey, right at about 50 degrees. Wildcat, sunny and 56 in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's what it looks like on my chart too. So your weather, guys, pretty good. 56 degrees in Oklahoma City. Edmonton over here on the right-hand side. We're one of the lower temperatures in North America. Again, we are at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And the bottom two, Eureka at minus 29 with snow, and Alert way up north at minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So no one's hit that minus 30 mark yet today. So yeah, always just kind of like checking in on the weather and getting a little jealous, a little jealous of you guys that get to wear shorts most of the year. But hey, we get Oklahoma City. Do you guys get snow a lot? Wildcat, you get a lot of snow there in the, you guys are kind of like mid-central United States. Are you kind of a little bit too low, or do you get the odd snowstorm there in Oklahoma? Ice more than snow. Oh yeah, and that, to me, that's even worse. When we get freezing rain or we get those ice storms, that's worse than snow. Snow, at least it compacts down. You feel a little safer driving in it. But when you get ice or freezing rain, yeah, the roads get really sketchy. If we have time a little later, we'll get in the game. I didn't get to this yesterday on stream, so we may get to the created players, our kind of little fantasy series, franchise series that we started a couple months ago. If time, we'll get into that. I do have a lot of packs I want to open, a lot of team coverage I want to do, and we may get to that. I was supposed to have a guest on today for the historical replay. Something came up and he couldn't make it today, so I may have him on Thursday and or next week. And not someone that's connected to OOTP, not anyone that you guys would recognize, but just someone that I'm familiar with that is going to help me with one of the historical replays and talk about some 1970s and 80s baseball. So we should be doing that hopefully in the near future. Well, how about the Cooperstown cards? What are you guys thinking about those now that those have been out close to a week now? A little bit frustrating because they're very tough to finish those missions. You need the tournament cards, you need the high price diamonds, and a lot of these aren't even on the market. Typically, you would find these plentiful on the market by now just to buy the card, and they are rare. It's tough to find the finished product on the card shop. In terms of my teams, I have a Jimmy Fox. You saw me buy that yesterday live on stream with my perfect points. So we'll check in on him, see how he's doing as he platoons with Willie McCovey and Jim Tomei. I also have Mariano Rivera, who I was able to get somehow on the card shop for 100,000 perfect points. He is on the theme team, and that is it. I only have 2 across 3 teams of the Cooperstown cards. It's going to take a while. Got to be patient, and eventually you might be able to get some of those. Again, if you do not play quick tournaments, here is your chance to win free packs. Plentiful. You can get 10, 30, 60, 80 packs a week, standard packs, just by playing and doing well in these quick tournaments. So again, I've created a YouTube tutorial, which is kind of an update to the one I did 5 months ago, where I go through my Ace of Bronze team. I show you the cards that I use and why I use them. I show you some of the results of my recent tournaments, because through Ace of Bronze, I can get anywhere between 40 and 80 packs a week just from spamming these tournaments. Remember, you can enter 3 at any given time. So go check that out on my YouTube channel, Simulation Gaming Digital Realities, and the link will pop up at some point in the Twitch chat there if you want to, copy, use some of my players. Again, it's not perfect. No one can come up with the perfect lineup. You can win one day and lose the next day with the exact same lineup. But consistency and those meta players, I kind of go through that, and I just want to get you guys more free packs. I don't care if you're the competition. I don't care if you're up against my team. I want you guys to try and get more packs to improve your team. So that's why I share this information with you. So go check that out on YouTube, and if you do use my lineup or portions of it, leave a comment underneath that video. Let me know how your team is doing. And I may do an update to my Ace of Iron one in the future as well. Hey, thank you, Wildcat. You listened to it this morning? Yeah, I find it works. And yes, I do tweak it a lot of times. You'll notice I have a lot of Platinum 4 cards currently being used because there's some good ones out there. But it works for me. And if it's getting me free packs, hopefully it can get you some free packs as well. I didn't go through the sliders. It was already a 30-minute video, and I didn't want to make it, too long. So I didn't go through slider information, but, generally if you use the default sliders, maybe tweak them a little bit. I don't have anything, extravagant in terms of changing the sliders. I don't, have all my players set differently. I don't think you need to do that in quick tournaments, but if you want to try and tweak it, by all means, you can do that. And Grizzly Old Dude, yeah, I answered your question before I even saw it. So I did, like I said, I do tweak a little bit. I the first group there, the stolen bases and the base running, I toned that down, that whole first section of the sliders. I boost up my pitching a little bit, past center. And then the bottom part, I just a little bit past center. Most of those go. But again, I don't go into individual players and tweak all those unless there's a player that's a big outlier. Like if you have a really speedy guy with outstanding base running and speed, you might want to push his base running sliders up. But overall, my base running is really low. You don't want players thrown out in your quick tournament. So don't take chances on the base pass in the Ace of Bronze. Yeah, if there was a bronze cool Papa Bell or a who else is really fast, like the current players, I can't remember the current speedsters, Ricky Henderson, because there is an iron, I think there's an iron limited edition Ricky Henderson. You might want to boost him up, but for most guys, yeah, tone down on the base running. But yeah, please leave a comment if you watch it. Comments help the YouTube algorithm, and it pushes it out there to other people's recommended list. And if we can get a few more people to watch it and then say, hey, what's OOTP? And then they sign up, we grow our community. So again, the goal is to get more people involved in OOTP. All right, have you heard the news? Yes, on Thursday, a new set of packable cards will be coming out. And don't expect the big stars from way back. Looks like we are going to get the 2000s and beyond packs. So players from the 2000s and modern day, they are going to be in packs after the stream on Thursday night. So yeah, we can speculate a little bit. Players from the 2000s. For me, that's 20 years ago now. I can't remember all those. But in terms of Blue Jays, I'm thinking, maybe a peak Carlos Delgado. I think he was in the 2000s. Maybe we get another Roy Halladay, although we kind of already have the Cooperstown Halladay. Yeah, Blue Jays, the 2000s weren't a big set of years for them. They could have another Jose Bautista, Josh Donaldson, Edwin Encarnacion, but I don't see a lot of studs coming out on Thursday for the Blue Jays. For you guys, who were the big stars of the 2000s? Post a few names. Derek Jeter, I guess, for the Yankees. David Ortiz, right? I will bet you we're going to see a 100 perfect or at least a high diamond David Ortiz. Because when you talk 2000s, he's one of the players that comes to mind. And of course, yeah, your Cubs. Who were your big Cubs stars? Was Moises Alou from the 2000s there, Steve, or was he before that? I can't remember if he was 90s or in the 2000s, but maybe we get a diamond, Moises Alou. Or was Moises the son? Or yeah, Moises, Philippe was the father. Yeah, so we'd get a Moises. Yeah, if you go, Grizzly Old Dude, if you just go youtube.com/c/laptop hound, it should come up. Or if you just in the YouTube search, you search simulation gaming, digital realities, it will pop up as well. At some point in the Twitch comments, you'll see a link there. You can click that. And yeah, I'd love if you checked out some of the videos. I have over 100 OOTP videos on there, updating some of the older ones in terms of strategies. But yeah, please leave a comment, subscribe. I'd love to get some more support with YouTube, because I really enjoy making those standalone videos with this as well. You did Laptop Hound Bronze in search and it came up. Great. Yeah, EVC, we're just talking about what new cards, these 2000s cards. Miguel Cabrera, excellent choice. Yeah, I could see him coming out for Detroit. I mentioned David Ortiz. I think we're going to see him as a perfect or near perfect card. I'm hoping they don't come out with a silver David Ortiz. It's time to do him right in this version of the game. And that, again, is going to be another first baseman DH in this log jam of all these good first basemen that we have already. Another Dustin Pedroia, even though we have them already. Who are the big St. Louis Cardinals? Lance Berkman maybe comes out early 2000s. So it's, I don't know if we've seen a 2000 set in previous versions. Not that I can remember so far, but pretty cool that we're going to get cards, more recent cards anyway, except for maybe, Pittsburgh Pirate cards or, those teams that haven't done well in the 2000s. Who cares about the Cardinals? Cubs fan Steve, we got to give love to all teams once in a while. Yeah, Valenzuela, he's going to have to wait a little bit, right? He didn't pitch. Or did he pitch in the early 2000s? But then if they do bring out a 2000 version of him, it's going to be like a 62 bronze because he was probably on the declining part of his career back then. Yeah, same with Pete Rose, same with Ron Santo. So I think it's going to be a filler week. We're going to get a few good cards, but I don't expect to get a lot of huge meta cards in this version. His last year was 80-81. Yeah, so wouldn't that be a slap in the face if they come out with a 62 bronze Valenzuela? But I'm sure you would take it just to get him on the team. So we'll see. It does say modern day as well. So we may get cards right up until 2015, 2020. So we've got about 20 years of players that they can choose from here. But I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of those early 2000 type of players. So I'm looking forward to that. Dishnet, 9 o'clock on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time with the new packable cards. Oh, Ortiz is already a peak? Really? And they have a 96 peak? Ah, that's too bad. Maybe he'll be one of the limited edition cards because they usually give us a couple of limited editions. So maybe we get a better David Ortiz as an LE card. He'd be perfect for this era. That's for sure. But who knows? They like to fool us once in a while, and we get the 40 JC or JP Erica bid, the meme card that came out. We get the low Ricky Henderson, the low Babe Ruth. So who knows? Maybe we get a 59 David Ortiz limited edition, just to kind of have a few laughs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. On the main OOTP account, nothing there other than looks like they've got their account verified. They've got the Elon Musk $8 blue check mark, which again, everyone can get. I believe you have to be on the Apple phone app version to apply for the blue check mark. But yeah, verified accounts, legacy accounts. I don't know what Twitter does with all their check marks. Take every account you follow with a grain of salt, because pretty much anyone, I could go get a blue check mark if I was willing to pay the $8. MLB news. I know yesterday EVC on his stream was talking about the big trade, and that is officially now on the MLB site. I don't know why they have the Brewers as one of the logos here, and they list the same trade about 8 times. But I'm sure you've heard about it. Again, that's why I'm rocking the No Name Braves jersey. I love the colors of this alternate jersey here. Not sure what year it's from, but I like the colors. And of course, the iconic Braves logo. So yeah, we do have it official. The Braves trade Freddie Tarnick, Manny Pina, Royber Salinas, Usteri Ruiz, and Kyle Muller to the A's for Sean Murphy. I am not familiar with any of these players here. So those of you that know the A's and Braves organization, who is the gem? Who is the guy that could become our next live perfect card in the upcoming years. Oh, the Brewers got the good catcher in the deal. Manny Pina, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, I don't see Milwaukee listed on here. So was it a three-way deal? I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on how baseball trades kind of work. So yes, Sean Murphy going to Atlanta. That is going to help out the Braves organization. They are going for it. They have to, pretty much, as the Mets are loading up as well. So the Mets, the Braves in the NL East, that is going to be fun to watch. The Nationals, yeah, they're going to be in for another good lottery pick, I think. And yeah, NL East is going to be quite the show. I'm sure we'll see both the Braves and the Mets in a playoff position come next October. Other than that, yesterday we had Milwaukee, or actually Cleveland. So one of NYC's favorite teams, the Guardians, signed free agent Josh Bell, former, I believe, Pittsburgh Pirate. So that happened. And then today we got a couple little things. The Pirates, of all teams, go out and they sign right-handed pitcher Vince Velasquez. So he is now a Pirate to go along with their first overall draft pick. And Tampa Bay signs free agent pitcher Zach Eflin. We've seen him in the game quite a bit. His card comes up. So a couple pitcher signings today. Let's refresh and see if anything else has happened. Nope. And I'm still waiting. I am still waiting for official Blue Jay news. Again, a couple rumors I've heard with Kevin Kiermaier, center fielder, undergoing a physical yesterday. So I'm sure that will be officially announced. At least ESPN hasn't announced it yet. And they signed a pitcher too yesterday. I can't remember who that pitcher was. Let's go down here on the Canadian site. Where is it here? Yeah, Bassett. Bassett was signed, played for the Mets, I guess. I'm not familiar with him. NYC or EVC, you kind of live in that New York area. Give us kind of a scouting report. What are the Blue Jays getting in Bassett? And just this morning, where is it from Mr. Rosenthal? Catcher Mike Zunino signed with the Guardians as well. So the Guardians picked up Bell and they picked up Mike Zunino. So catchers are moving around the league. And it sounds like some other teams, Arizona, the Giants, the Padres, the Tigers, all looking for an upgrade in pitchers too. All right, let's get some scouting reports here. Atlanta sending catcher. Okay. Okay, so Milwaukee is in the deal. That's why their logo's there. Gotcha. So Milwaukee's getting, like you said, the better catcher in the deal. Oh, so Ruiz is going to the A's from Milwaukee. Okay. William Contreras. Have him in Milwaukee now. Okay. And EVC's, yeah, glad that they got the good catcher. All right. So the Blue Jays look like they will have some announcement soon with Kevin Kiermaier and with Bassett, but it's not on the official site yet. Just do one more update. Always fun at this time of year. This is kind of that time of year where a lot of players start moving around the league. It's not like hockey. Hockey, we have our big trade deadline day, which is usually in the end of February, March, where we see a lot of movement. And then we see some movement in the draft time at the end of June. But we don't see a lot of big trades in hockey because of the salary cap during the season, other than the trade deadline day. All right, I think that is a wrap on all the latest updates. We've got a couple minutes before our next break. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the perfect draft. How are you guys doing in these perfect drafts where all players that you pick are perfect cards? I'm not doing well in this specific type of draft. I think there's just too much competition. There's 128 teams. So it's you have to win a couple more series before you can get into the packs. And 16 teams out of 128 will get the pack. So it's not very good odds. You got about an 8% chance of getting a choice pack. So this one here is 1992, the year the Blue Jays won the World Series. Maybe that's a sign. So we'll go into the draft here, guys. Again, I have not placed in any of these perfect drafts yet. And in fact, these fill up really quickly, these perfect drafts. Within probably 2 hours of being listed, all 128 positions are full. So you have to, if you want to be in a perfect draft, you have to make sure you get in on those early. There's 2 a day. There's one in the early morning, and then there's one in the evening. So get in on those if you want to try and get a perfect card or perfect choice pack. All right, so 1992 is the era. So a lot of power, contact, base running. I'm thinking of Blue Jays. You know, they had Ricky Henderson, Joe Carter, Roberto Alomar, Devin Devo White, George Bell, Dave Steeb. So I'm kind of modeling the players I pick around the world champion 1992 Blue Jays. But you can't pass on these sluggers. Gehrig and Williams. Although this Neuhauser card is supposed to be pretty good. It's a card I'm really focusing on hoping to get at some point. The control's a little bit weak, but Kidneys, who I respect Kidneys and his charts so much. I rely on them for my team so much. He has Neuhauser as one of the top pitchers. Yeah, let me get the right screen up here. When I said it was kind of like a second Monday, yeah, it's kind of like a second Monday. So here we got Neuhauser, who Kidneys holds a lot of high regard for as one of the top new cards in the game. But I think I have to go Gehrig Williams. But we'll be back right after this break. We got a break coming here, guys. We'll see you in 90 seconds. All right, we are back to continue on with this perfect draft. And I have to say, just looking at this first screen, I love all the different card art that you see on this screen here. What a great grouping of card art here. With, of course, the Lou Day. Fantastic. Love the choice that they made there. I love that Cliff card art. Ted Williams. And then, of course, the version 4 of the Platinum Series. I love that look as well. And, of course, we got our standard Johnny Evers old school card art. So props again to the art department at OOTP and all the team that puts these cards together, because I just love looking at them. And sometimes I spend too much time looking at the card art. So let's get back to this draft. What do we think? Gehrig and Williams, right? They have to be the obvious choice. Or do I take one of the best pitchers in the game although not a lot of data on him yet. Hal Newhouser, who pitched in 1947. I think I got to go Garrigan Williams. I can't pass on those two studs. And then Oscar Charleston, and although the Steven Strasburg card, I have not seen this in drafts before. This must be, was this second place in the last, oh no, it's a tournament edition card. This must be one of the choice pack cards for a perfect pack. Have not come across that. But I think I got to take Sandy and Oscar. I know they perform well. Next up. These are so fun. If you haven't been in a perfecto draft, as they were called last year, you got to get in these. I mean, every round is a perfect card, and you get to pick two of them to build up your lineup. But I will say, there's a couple things you got to be careful of. Pitchers, don't wait until the last couple rounds. You want to get your 11 or 12 pitchers. It's so tempting to take all these good batters, but be careful you don't take too many batters early, because you may not get a lot of pitching selection in the late rounds. And secondly, second baseman. There's not a lot of perfect card second basemen that come up. So you want to get a second baseman early, and then try and find a guy that can play second base to back up. Because there's been a couple drafts where I haven't had a backup second baseman. So that's what I've noticed from being in a few of these drafts. And avoid live players, if at all possible. All right, I think I got to go with Derringer. And do I go with my right field? Is this the good Clemente? I can't remember. I think it is. Yeah, the other Clemente was Platinum Series 1. Or do I go with Buster Posey? I know there will be other catchers that come up. Maybe Johnny Bench, maybe Mickey Cochran. Yeah, I'm going to go Buster because I think there'll be a lot more right fielders. All right, round number 4. Still need some infielders. I know Kovaleski was a sought-after card early in the game, Platinum 1. This isn't the, yeah, this is the good Ralph Kleiner, but he can't play right field. But he could DH. Yeah, not a lot of good choices here, so I think I'm going to get a pitcher while I can. I'm going to take Putz. Putz and Kleiner. Don't know if that would have been your choices, but I already have Oscar Charleston for center field. Ted Williams for left or DH. And same with Kleiner. Kleiner or Williams will have to go DH. 70 range for Kleiner, and Williams has a 73 range. So Kleiner gets to go DH. All right, I better get a shortstop or second baseman soon. Not going to pass up on the new Pedro. And I think I like the utility of Lloyd. He can play second, he can play short, he can play third. So Pedro and Pop. See, for me, I think this is a good lineup so far, except I'm not overly familiar with the era. So are these cards, peak for their era? Well, Pedro should be. He pitched in 1998. Posey, 2012. So I got 4 pitchers so far. I do need a right fielder. Huey Jennings, one of the best defensive shortstops out there. And I like him better than Pop Lloyd at short. So we're going to take him, and I got to take Mel Ott because he can also play third base and center field. So Jennings and Ott. Next up here is my second baseman. I'd love to try this card out on my teams. Eddie Stanky. Really good avoid Ks, really good eye, really good defense. So we're going to go him and the new George Brett. Or do I go with another stud closer? Brett apparently hits really well against the righties. Smashes the righties. And I don't have a third base yet. Let's go Stanky and Brett. See, I'm falling into that trap of waiting on my pitchers, which I told you guys not to do. Don't wait on your pitchers. But I don't want to pass up on these other guys. Nap LaJoie for sure, second base. And I better grab my second catcher, and then I got to go heavy on a lot of pitchers. So I've got my starting lineup. Got a backup shortstop, backup second base, backup catcher. So now we need to focus on pitchers, unless we get someone that I can't pass up, like Sam Crawford. And of course, I've got no pitchers to choose from. So I'm going to take Manny. No, I'm going to take Martin, utility guy. Can play almost anywhere. Probably can pitch too. If I remember, this is one of the two-way players. Well, he can't pitch too well. But in a long relief, avoid high leverage, yeah, he can probably eat up an inning or two. 1993. Oh, man. Honus Wagner. Well, I got to take Kid Nichols. Honus can play several positions. And then that's it for hitters. Got to focus on the pitchers. Quit tempting me, OOTP. Okay, Warren Spahn and Cliff Lee. $1993. Ooh, Cliff Lee or who pitches better in 1993? High stuff or high control? Help me out, guys. 1993. Who would you take, Bert Blyleven or Cliff Lee as your second pitcher here? Let's compare them. What do you like in a 1993 situation? I think we go Bert. Yeah, thanks. Oh, look at you guys all confirming. Yeah, I think we go Bert. Sometimes comparing players like really helps. When you just kind of hover over them, it's like, do I want the control? Like these are two opposite pitchers. Low stuff and movement, low control. So yeah, we're going to go Bert and we're going to go Spahn. I don't know if the Quito Mosquitoes are in the chat today, but I know the Quito Mosquitoes always play these tournaments. All right, what do we need? I need another third baseman, maybe another center fielder. I've got 7 pitchers. I probably want 4 more. I've got to take pitchers. Virgil and Joe. Got no choice. Now, I better hope I get a couple pictures here. Yes, I do. All right, so I need two of these three. Philippe, Han, and Sale for 1993. Two old school guys and a more modern picture. So I think I take Chris Sale. And now it's either Noodles or Philippe. Oops. Who do you guys like better for 1993? I'm leaning Noodles Han. Confirm that for me. A little bit more well-rounded. Little better stuff. Control's pretty equal. So it's do I take the stuff in 1993 or the movement? Got one vote for Deacon. 108 movement versus 93. Yeah, that actually movement and control overall are better than Noodles. So I lose a little bit on the stuff, but I gain on the other two. All right, thanks, Cobra. Thanks for talking me into it. We're going to go Philippe and Sale. Man, I would have liked that Ken Griffey as another center fielder. I don't know. I got to check my lineup here now and see what's going on. Pedro Spawn. I like the starting five, except I might move Sale into there. Charleston, my number 12 guy. You're going to be avoid high leverage. I can't remember his pitching ratings. Yeah, he can pitch the odd inning in a blowout. He was Dish, when Dish was taking on Rich in that head-to-head series, he brought in Oscar Charleston in the 9th inning to pitch for him because he had a huge lead. Don't think 1993 had a lot of setup guys. Kid Nichols, are you a specialist? Yeah, nah. How about Sam Vito? Yep, you are. So what are you guys thinking? Those of you that play a lot of these tournaments, I want you to help me out here. What do you guys think? What do I need to fix in this current lineup? Do I put putts as a stopper as well? Maybe I do, right? So have Deacon and JJ as the stoppers. Do you see any other glaring errors in my starting pitching here? Put pitch counts on them. Make the screen a little bit bigger here. Don't need to see me for the lineup here. And in terms of the hitters, And thank you, Ted McInnes 65. Ted McInnes 65. If that 65 is a birth year, you're a Gen X guy like myself and a lot of other followers of the channel here. So welcome. Thank you for the follow, Ted McInnes. You are follower number 402. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, just going through a perfecto draft and setting the line up. Let's take a look. Contact versus look in a perfect draft. Look at all this blue. Look at all this contact blue. Nap LaJoie coming in against the lefties. Got good contact. Move him up. Look at that lineup. This is a perfect league lineup. Drooling if I could have all these players in my lineup. And Cobra, yeah, we'll get to the righties in a sec here. That's an awesome suggestion. Gehrig, Williams, and Kleiner. Gehrig, Williams. I don't have Kleiner in against the lefties. Williams has to stay there. So Kleiner or Ott against the lefties. I think we bring him in instead of Mel Ott. And against the righties, contact-wise, Brett, Wagner, and Williams. Brett, Wagner, and Williams. Power, Ott, Williams, Kleiner. I don't have Ott in here. I guess I should bring him in against the righties. Go like that, that. Charleston, I guess I have to have leading off. It's either Charleston or Honus Wagner leading off. Wagner has better contact and power, but the speed's not as high. Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that. What do you think, Cobra? Any other changes you'd make to the batting order here? Of course, I've got to put Stanky in. We're going to get him in every fourth game. And Crawford. Crawford has some speed. So does Jennings. Look at that speed. All right, just fine tuning here, making sure I have the right players in the right positions. I like that. Batten Honus second against the lefties or against the righties, Cobra? What do you think? What are you thinking? He's batting second against the lefties now. George Brett, though. George Brett has that elite contact and power. I kind of like George Brett in the number 2 slot. If anything, I'd move Honus up to number 1. What is Honus's speed like? It's okay. Ah, I see what you're dealing there. Yeah, good catch. I've got all these lefties in a row. Need to break that up. Very good catch. What do you think about something like that? Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I know. That's what you get with an all perfect draft. You got too many good players. Okay, here's my final decision here. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? It's you're not going to perfect it, but we will go with that. And with the strategy, yeah, I was going to move Brett up to number 5, but then I have those 3 lefties in a row. So let's do that. Strategy wise, I got a lot of speedsters. Usually I don't crank these up too much, but when you look at the speed on that team, don't want to do the hit and run, don't want to sacrifice with all these high power guys, don't want to bunt for hit. My pitchers, really good control, so I can pitch around a little higher. Stuff is the weakest. What are the hold runners like? Not very good. Always like to crank these up. And we're going to go 94 for fatigue and 71. And typically I would go in and I would tweak some of the individual players, but I'm going to do that off screen. We spent enough time on this draft already, but this is a draft. If you haven't had an opportunity, they are fun to get involved with. And you can win a perfect choice pack if you finish number 1. So far, that is my worst performing draft, is always the perfecto one. Just a new draft, hoping I can get better at it because there's some good prizes. And you see, we've got Axel in there. you know, one of the OOTP streamers, Ashbury Park. Yeah, a lot of familiar teams. So that draft goes in about 4.5 hours, and we'll see. I'll update you on Thursday how I do. So thank you, Cobra, for the advice with some of the selections and all the other advice that others gave, especially when it came down to choosing my pitchers. And let's jump into the teams. So we're going to start with the theme team. That is the team right now in Rookie League. We'll do a quick kind of analysis of how they're doing. We will open some packs to see if we can get some more players that used to be in a movie or TV show at some point. But we do have another break coming up. So we will be back in about 90 seconds, guys. Hang in there. Thank you so much for watching the stream today. Over 170 of you here, and we'll be back in about 90 seconds. Go give some love to our sponsors. Welcome back. It is time for another gulp of coffee on this feeling like a second Monday. As I said at the beginning of the stream, and one of you agreed, Wildcat said, yeah, it does feel like a second Monday today. So let me just take a quick sip of my Colombian / Starbucks blend with some hazelnut coffee creamer. Do you guys use coffee creamer? I don't know if that's a big thing down in the US, but in Canada we have, you know, like 40 different coffee creamer flavors. Plus we have like probably 100 different coffee syrups that we can choose from. I don't know if that's a Canadian thing or an American thing, but yeah, we like our coffee up here. Tranquil, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you on the stream. Liquid and powdered creamer. I can't remember where you're from, Tranquil. You're not Canadian, are you? Or are you from the West Coast? Are you the streamer from Vancouver? I know there was from one from Vancouver. Powdered creamer? Oh no. We don't go there. No, not powdered creamer. Don't like that. Wildcat. We can't have 3 Mondays in a row. Come on. Tomorrow, at least, let's make it feel like a Tuesday. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm streaming Thursday again. And don't forget, on my next stream, it is the giveaway stream. So I will be giving away 10,000 perfect points on a Thursday stream. So make sure if you're new, and thank you to Phoenix ZZZ. Makes me sleepy saying that. Thank you, Phoenix ZZZ, for the follower. You are now 403. Whoever my next follower is the magical error code 404. Right? When you're on the web and you get the 404 code, you got a problem. So we'll see. We'll see who I can shout out as follower number 404. But yes, giveaway will be next stream on Thursday. Yes, giveaways are always fun. So we were talking earlier about the new content coming out. On Thursday, the new content is going to focus around players from 2000 onward. So EVC was in the chat, and many of you were kind of giving suggestions about who might show up in packs. And I'm just going to go up to my EVC comment here. He said that he thinks we're going to see a Vlad Guerrero Sr. peak, a Beltran, and a Miggy in packs. I initially thought we'd see a David Ortiz, but apparently we've got a 96 already, David Ortiz. And we'll see. We'll see if we get another Ortiz on Thursday. But no one really kind of mentioned pitchers. So I just kind of did a quick Google search of the top pitchers, starting pitchers since the year 2000. And a lot of these guys are already in the game so far. You know, we've got Mark Burley. I don't know if we have a peak Mark Burley, but we do have one version of him. I think it's a Platinum 3 card, I'm thinking. Tranquil, you can be my Wikipedia source here. I think we have a Platinum 3 Mark Burley, so I don't know if we'll get a better version of him. We already have the 100 Adam Wainwright, so I don't think we see him. We have a tournament edition Cliff Lee in the game, so I can't see another one of him coming out. Roy Oswalt, we must have one. I'm not sure what rating he has, if he's a diamond or a gold, but we could see maybe a peak Roy Oswalt. Josh Beckett, there is a Josh Beckett out there, but I think it's a lower level Josh Beckett. I think it might be a silver, so maybe we see a better Josh Beckett. John Lester, Cubs fan Steve, there you go. Maybe we get a really good John Lester. He could have been, yeah, Oswald could have been a Platinum 1 card. It's been so long ago since Platinum 1. Cole Hamels. And yeah, we're all waiting for that peak Roger Clemens. So this could be a perfect card that comes out on Thursday. Peak Roger Clemens. No Lester yet? Okay, so right now, of the pictures I've showed you, I think Lester and Clemens peak would be good choices. Tim Lincecum, what do we have for him? I know last year there were a few versions of him, but do we have a strong Lincecum yet? That's another good possibility. Lester for sure, yeah. Cubs fan Lester for sure. Lincecum, we have a live reward. Steven Strasburg. They could always bring in a peak Steven Strasburg. We already have a 100 Felix Hernandez, so I don't think we'll get another one of him. If we do, it might be a lower version. 91 Mission Edition. Remember, they like to, if they've already have a peak card, we probably won't see it. So if those mission editions are peak, probably not going to have another version. CC Sabathia, we have a limited edition card of him, don't we? But I don't think we have a peak. Just that LE card. Yeah, I know I have that 92 Clemens on my theme team. Chris Sale, we're not going to get another version of him. We already have the 100 Chris Sale. Platinum 3, I think. Corey Kluber. There's a name I'm not familiar with in this version of the game. What do we got going on for Corey Kluber? Zach Greinke. Don't think we'll see another version. Kurt Schilling. We have the mission Kurt Schilling, but is that the only Kurt Schilling we have so far? Is the early mission, the live mission series? Because if that is the only Kurt Schilling, I could see getting a peak 100 Kurt Schilling. There you go. Kluber is a good option then. Is there blood on that sock? I don't think so. I think that's just the red sock colors. Yeah, he's always going to be remembered for that. And, you know, the great thing about Kurt Schilling, too, is he played OOTP. That's so cool that when you hear about these baseball players that played the game, he was a big spokesman for OOTP back in like version OOTP 14 and 15, kind of in that period. So I've always had a soft spot for Kurt Schilling because of his support of the game. But yeah, no blood on that sock. Baumgartner. I know there's been a couple, at least one Baumgartner out there. There we go with Johan Santana. But I believe, what is it? Is it a mission, a tournament card? I think we have a tournament perfect, don't we, for Johan? Radman would know. There might be already a tournament perfect. Jacob deGrom. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him. Randy, I think we already have 3 Randys, don't we? But he pitched so long. Is there room for another Randy Johnson? What's the highest now? Is it 98? I think we have a 98 Randy Johnson. But was that a peak? Or is there still room for one more Randy? Pedro, we're not getting a Pedro on Thursday. Guarantee you we will not be getting a Pedro. Halladay we recently got. We won't be getting another Roy Halladay. Scherzer, we've got the top bunt Scherzer. We've got Scherzer's out of the yin-yang, so we're not going to get another Scherzer. Verlander, do we have a peak Verlander? We got the top bunt, and we got at least one other version. And the number 1 pitcher, according to this site, since 2000, Clayton Kershaw. We have the PTCS, right? We have the champion Clayton Kershaw. So do we get a packable, perfect Clayton Kershaw? We have the live Kershaw, which is 100. We have the mission edition Kershaw, but I don't think we have that elite packable Clayton Kershaw yet. And no Randy Johnson peak. So there you go. Those are some of the pitchers that we might see on Thursday. They do go through some honorable mentions. Carpenter, Garrett Cole, Bartolo, which I believe is a limited edition that we have right now, I think. Cueto, Jose Fernandez, Tim Hudson, Dallas, Lackey, Musina, Peavy, Pettit, Price, maybe. Price was a pretty good pitcher for a lot of years. Maybe we see a high diamond or a low diamond Price. I don't think we see a perfect Price, although last year there was. Sheets, Webb, and Zambrano. Yeah. You know what, Tranquil? I think we're going to see a Kershaw, a packable Kershaw, a packable Randy Johnson, and my third choice would be probably Kluber. He deserves one. Kluber, Johnson, Kershaw are my three picks for new pitchers in the game. Again, they can't give us too many perfect cards. So I could see Kluber maybe being a mid to high diamond. Kershaw, I could see being perfect. And Randy Johnson, either like a 99, maybe a perfect. And then some of these other guys we talked about, we could see high gold, low diamond. So yeah, it is always fun to speculate on which new cards are going to come in the game. Yeah, the limited edition Price. We'll check on that. Let's go back to the game. And let's check out David Price. So we do have a 100 Tampa Bay Rays David Price. I don't know if it's peak. It says 2012. But I think there's room for a better David Price. Like, we got a lot of 80s and 90s in his ratings here, but I think we could see a better version. And then Kershaw, as Tranquil said, his best pitcher of the 2000s, Clayton Kershaw. We have this champion card. And I don't know if OOTP would put out a card to diminish this one here. We've already got the live perfect. We've got the champion. So maybe if they do bring out, we've got the special edition. So we do have 3 Clayton Kershaws. Would they bring one out that overpowers this one here? I don't think so. I think this would be considered a peak one. So maybe Tranquil, maybe we don't see another Clayton. And then Randy Johnson has at least, I think, 3 cards out there. He's got the 98 Hardware Heroes, so not a peak. Also the Hardware Heroes 88. And the special edition 82. So will we see a 4th Randy Johnson? He doesn't have a peak yet. It's a possibility. And Kluber. Come on, OOTP. This is all you've got for Corey Kluber? Yeah. We got to see a Corey Kluber. And who was the one that Cubs fan mentioned? Was it Lester? Lester has a Platinum 2 card, and it's a peak. So we will not see a peak, another peak John Lester. At least I don't think. Oh, which one was peak, Snailman? Was it David Price? Oh, yeah, it does say peak right up there. You're right. Yep. So I don't think we see a David Price. So Corey Kluber's a good shot. Randy Johnson peak is another good possibility. And what do we have for Strasburg? Yeah, we already have a peak Strasburg, so I don't think we see him come out on Thursday. And who else was mentioned? Santana? Peak, we already have a peak Santana. So a lot of these tournament cards already are peaks. Who else was on that list? Well, Pedro was on there, but we're not going to see another Pedro. Peak, yeah, we already got the peak Pedro. Timmy, though, we've got the 91 Timmy. And we've got we've only got one. So we could see Timmy come out as a peak card. And how about Baumgartner? That one's not a peak, and the 99 is a peak. All right, so I don't think we see another Baumgartner. So yeah, it's always interesting to speculate. Oswalt, I think he was a platinum card, was it? Yeah, he was a platinum. And it's a peak. So Wildcat, I don't think we see a Roy Oswalt come out. They already, a lot of the 2,000 plus pitchers, a lot of them already have come out as peaks. Hey, Jake Arrieta, yeah. We have the 88 Hardware Hero. So I could see a peak Arrieta come out. Yeah, good call. Good call. I would guess maybe a 94 or 95 Arrieta. So my three choices, Corey Kluber, Randy Johnson, Jake Arrieta. Those are my top three. Maybe Timmy. Always fun to speculate. And then as EVC mentioned, a Miggy, maybe we see a peak Cabrera come up. We just go back up to his comment here. He believes we see a Vlad Guerrero Sr. peak, a Beltre peak. Again, they're not going to give us 15 perfect cards. We might get 4 or 5 maximum for Thursday. Maybe we get a couple LE cards. But we're probably going to see a lot of gold, diamond, few silvers. So there you go. My official prediction, Corey Kluber, Jake Arrieta, Randy Johnson in terms of pitchers. And I would love to see a Vlad Guerrero Sr. peak card come out as well. Just checking over the chat, see if I missed anything here. Yep. Good possibility. Okay, let's go and take a look at the theme team. Let's get into some OOTP action. So lights, camera, action are still in rookie. We didn't make it out, as I mentioned yesterday on stream, but look at that record. Look at that record. Where the heck is it again? There it is, 32-4. And the top 3 teams in rookie are all theme teams. My team, the New York Metropolitans, and the Daydream Nation are the top teams. Ichiro, I think he has a peak. Let's do a quick check on that, because now I'm curious. Got two cards, the 93 All-Star and the 99 Peak. Yep. Sorry, Tranquil. We're not going to get another Ichiro, at least not a Peak Ichiro. So yeah, we are 32-4. And again, last season, as I told you guys yesterday, this is how frustrating the game can be sometime. Last year, I was 121-41. And I didn't make it out a rookie with that record. I couldn't make the top 4 teams because I was in a division with a team better than this record. So if I can't make it out of rookie this year, starting off at 32-4, I'll build up a lot of perfect points. That's for sure. So I want to go back to my main screen here and update you on who I've added to the theme team. I won't go through all the players again because I've done that a couple times, but I'll go through the latest additions. So on Friday on stream, I pulled a Don Mattingly, who was in the Simpsons episode. So true, Steve. Yogi Berra. I'd love if they put quotes on some of these cards. He was the best. Yeah. How did you lose 4? Yeah, exactly. What have you done for me lately? So Don Mattingly was in an episode of The Simpsons, so I pulled him on stream last Friday. Have you guys seen the movie Weenie Roast Massacre? No? You haven't seen that movie from 2007? Well, in Weenie Roast Massacre, Brandon Webb had an appearance in it. So he's on the team. Mariano Rivera was in the animated show Henry and Me in, I believe it was 2014. And Pi Trainer is on the theme team because he was in as a Pirates coach in the original Angels in the Outfield. So Pi Trainer on the team. And Yogi Berra, Steve, I got to look him up because I want him on the team. I got to get the 100 Yogi Berra if he's been in a movie. Yeah, Snail Man. Let me go back a little bit here to one of my other slides. Mike Donlin was one of the first players I added to my theme team. Turkey Mike. He's been in a few productions in the early 1900s. So I fortunately had a choice of him. I won a high diamond choice pack and he was one of the cards and he got to play. Same with George Sisler, who I got in a low diamond choice pack, and he was on the TV show To Tell the Truth. So Mike Donlin's been in quite a bit, and I was ecstatic to add him to the team. And more recently, Sam Crawford. I pulled this card on stream on Friday and was speechless. And a couple people in chat said, "Lap. He's been in a movie." And I'm like, no. A guy from that long ago was in a movie, and he was in College with Buster Keaton. How cool is that? That Sam Crawford was in with Buster Keaton. And I looked up his value on the card shop, and it was about $650,000. And I'm like, oh, I could use those perfect points to upgrade other parts of the team. But I'm starting to fall in love with this card. And it's a card that might be good all the way to the end of the cycle in right field or left field. So for now, I'm going to keep him. I also added, and here we go, Snail Man. Here's another Mike Donlin reference. But in the movie Slide, Kelly Slide, I'm guessing a baseball movie, Mike Donlin was in that movie. Bob and Irish Muschel, is that how you pronounce that? Muschel? And Tony Lazzari was in that movie as well. So I get to use silver Tony Lazzari. So that's the only thing Bear has been in, is an uncredited touch of mink. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go with the uncredited roles, but maybe. If it was a movie and he was actually acting in it, yeah, I think I would include him, Steve. That's about King Kelly. Really? Wow. Slide Kelly Slide. I did not know that, Snail Man. That is so cool that movie was about King Kelly. Well, we do have our next ad break coming up here, guys, and then we'll get back to the action. Help our sponsors, watch our sponsors. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Thanks, Snail Man. So cool. Slide Kelly Slide was about King Kelly. All right, we are back again. Just going through some theme team coverage here. And Snail Man kind of pointed out that Slide Kelly Slide, who I took Tony Lazzari from, was about King Kelly. And apparently King Kelly passed away at a very young age. Haven't done a lot of research on him, but he's always been one of my favorite cards last year and this year. And if he's been in any kind of movie or theatrical production, I would definitely want to get him on the theme team. The third player, the last player that I added this guy yesterday, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was in the soap opera. Remember those? Remember watching the soap operas? He was in the soap opera Ryan's Hope. How appropriate. Nolan Ryan in Ryan's Hope. And I guess there's a little image of him there from the TV show. So that was probably in the 1980s at some point. So I get to use him, and I'm kind of short on pitchers. So he was a great addition. So thanking EVC so much for organizing and running these theme teams. It's just growing and growing and growing. In fact, Snail Man, I saw that you recently had a team, and I'm so excited to see how your team does, because I believe, if I read it correctly, you're using pitchers as hitters and hitters as pitchers. So you must have a full two-way team, but you're using the players in their secondary role. If that's if I read that right. And King Kelly was a vaudeville performer, I can use him then. If he was an actor, performer, didn't have to be in film, it could be in theater, he is eligible. And allegedly, very loosest of terms, yes. So thanks to EVC for running these theme teams. Again, here is my criteria. They had to appear in one or more TV movies. They could be in an animated series if their original voice was used. Any version of the card I can use. Actors playing a player do not count. So if there was a movie about Babe Ruth, I can't use Babe Ruth unless Babe Ruth was in a movie, if you know what I mean. Commercials do not count, so I could not use Boog Powell because he was in all those Miller Lite commercials. Talk show appearances do not count. So if someone was on Johnny Carson, Ed Sullivan, I can't count that. And game show appearances, I am counting if it was before 1985. So that's why I get to use who was that? George Sisler, because he was on a game show prior to 1985. And same with Don Sutton. I can use Don Sutton because he was on the Match Game before 1985. So acting in theatrical productions qualifies as well. So those are kind of the criteria I'm kind of basing my team off of. And I've built up a pretty good team. Giancarlo Stanton from Ballers. Frank Baker was in some early movies. Hank Aaron was in the movie Summer Catch. Clayton Kershaw was in New Girl, a TV series. And then the newer players that I talked about earlier. So pretty cool, pretty excited. Again, thank you, EVC, if you're still here, for organizing and being our conductor in this journey amongst the theme teams. Yeah, Babe Ruth I can use. I looked up Babe Ruth. I think he was in the movie Pride of the Yankees as well. So yeah, he's been in a few things. And fortunately, I get to use him. In fact, I've got my cheat sheet here. And Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, I get to use as well. Where is that peak Ty Cobb card? Yeah, Babe Ruth was in 4 or 5 different productions. So as soon as I can afford or pull a 99 Babe Ruth or buy a perfect Babe Ruth, he will be on the team. All right, let's go back to our OOTP. And back to our theme team, just checking on the breaks here. Yeah, we got a long way to go before our next break. So here we go. We are 32-4, and there are currently in rookie 4 theme teams. The top 3, Daydream Nation, after the band Sonic Youth, all his players have the same first or last name as a Sonic Youth band member. Very cool. We've got the New York Metropolitans. I'm guessing this is any player that played for the Mets. This looks like it may be a Met-themed team. Very strong team. I'm expecting to come up against them in the playoffs. And the 4th theme team is based off the Marvel Universe. So all the players have some sort of Marvel reference. And I don't know exactly, like Delino DeShields, I'm guessing Shield, Agent of Shields. Morgan Ensberg, Morgan. I don't know of a Marvel character with Morgan. Clint Hogan, I guess. I don't know where Hogan comes in. So I don't know the exact references to the Marvel Universe. There are so many Marvel characters. I don't know how this manager has tied them all into the Marvel Universe, but a cool theme, that's for sure. And I think that's it for the theme teams and rookies. Yeah, there's just 4 of us. And we currently hold the top 3 positions. In fact, 3 of the 4 theme teams haven't lost 10 games yet. Pretty excited to get to the playoffs here. So here you see my lineup. Roger Clemens, I pulled on stream early last week. He is one of my ace pitchers. He is currently 6-0 in rookie and was an all-star last year. Clayton Kershaw, again, eligible. He was in the TV show New Girl. He is currently 6-0. Of course, I'd love the champion Clayton Kershaw, but I'm not going to get that. We have Nolan Ryan from Ryan's Hope, my newest addition. He is 2-1 with a 5.58 ERA. Not starting too well. He'll end up in the bullpen eventually. Satchel Paige, 5-0. He was in a movie Mariano Rivera, Henry and Me, the animated cartoon. 2-0 with 4 saves and an ERA of 172 in rookie. Brandon Webb from the famous movie Weenie Roast Massacre. I love the name of that movie. So far, that's my favorite find. My favorite find so far is Brandon Webb from Weenie Roast Massacre. Mantle, Maris, Whitey Ford, Hoke, Pepitone. I was familiar with a couple of those, Steve. Not Pepitone's a iron guy. I don't think he would fit in, but definitely Whitey Ford, Mantle, Maris. Yeah, I will check those guys out. Right now, it's just kind of pulling packs, and some of these guys were not in movies, like Turk Farrell. Because I'm in rookie, I'm allowing myself to keep some of these guys until I can fill out a roster, but I just haven't pulled the cards yet or bought the cards. I'm starting to get points. I got 25,000 perfect points, so I can probably replace Turk Farrell, Phil Koch, Slim. I only have about 3 or 4 more pitchers now I have to replace. Noah Syndergaard was in the TV show Vikings, but unfortunately, this is the best Syndergaard and only Syndergaard in the game so far. So maybe on Thursday, we get a peak Syndergaard. There's another good choice. Peak Syndergaard. Make it happen, OOTP, so I can add him to the team. Hitting wise, let's take a look at the lights, camera, action hitters. And I believe all of these guys now qualify. Sandy Alomar Jr. currently hitting .337 for me. He hit .351 last year in rookie, and he has 5 home runs. He was the MVP of the Wild Card Series last season. Bill Selkett, a guy I have to replace soon. 280 average. 3 home runs this year. He will be the next hitter I replace. Don Mattingly, 293. He hit .352 in rookie last year, so I'm expecting him to pump up his game a little bit more. Choice Pack, George Sisler, hit .383 in rookie last year, and he's hitting a mere .422 after 40 games this year. George, are you going to be the next 400 hitter? Next up, Tony Lazzeri, who is in Slide Kelly Slide. He is hitting .289 for me. And my other second baseman, Bill Mazeroski, who is in the 1968 TV show The Odd Couple and hit into a triple play on that show. He's hitting .312, and that's pretty good for a bronze card. .312 for Bill Mazeroski. Frank Baker, been in a couple early productions. He hit .312 last year, and he's hitting .383 this year. Don't you just love rookie? One of the best things about creating a new team, because you can make 3 for every account, is playing those first couple seasons. So fun, because you see all these inflated stats. High Trainer in Angels in the outfield. Hit .341 last year. He's hitting .326 this year. Derek Jeter was in the movie The Other Guys, comedy movie, and he hit .320 last year. He's only hitting .282 this year. Fielding wise, he's got a positive zone rating. Hank Aaron from Summer Catch, .380 last year, .283 this year, .293, and he has 11 home runs this year. Mike Donlin, my high diamond choice pack pick, hit 357 last year. He's hitting 386 this year. A stud in rookie. And he was a Platinum Stick Award winner last season. Sam Crawford, my nightmare, but in a good way card. He only hit 229 in rookie last year. This year, he's hitting 328. It's rookie. I get it. He's got 7 stolen bases. He's been caught 3 times. And Sam Crawford, thank you for the download there, OOTP. I go to the card shop. None are currently for sale. But the last 10, 692,000. Someone's willing to pay. We got 3 bidders fighting it out at 390,000 perfect points. I could take that like this. 390,000 perfect points. I bet you if I listed it for 600,000, I could probably get that too. This is probably the most sought after Platinum 4 hitting card right now. And I don't know what to do. Because he's at his peak right now for value. The more they get pulled, the less his value. So 3 people desperately want him. Do I keep him because he was in a movie with Buster Keaton, which is kind of cool? Or do I sell him? Snail Man, if you're still here, I always trust your advice, Cubs fan Steve's advice, who says sell high. But according to Kidney's latest hitter sheet, Sam Crawford is a really good card. So yeah, I'm having some issues on what to do with Sam Crawford. Right now I'm training him in left field. So I want to get him up to 123. And I think I could sell him for more max value if he's fully trained. But he's such a good card. Like, I don't think I would ever have to replace him until the end of this version of the game. Because I don't think we'll get another left fielder that's better. Good range. He's got good speed. He can hit on both the left and right side of the plate. A little bit better against the righties. And even has some infield eligibility. Yeah, I don't think he'd be fully trained up by then, Snailman. Anyway, I want to get him to his fully 123. And I'm not sure how that works because sometimes I've bought cards off the card shop and they lost their training. So I think what you're saying is I can't sell him fully trained until Monday of next week? Or does he have to be sold on the Sunday? I don't know how that works with the coding. But yeah, he is a card that I am conflicted about. And again, just to show you once more, 692,000, but 3 managers, probably perfect league managers, are willing to pay 390. And I wouldn't sell it for that. I'd put it up for 650 or maybe 700,000. Because why not? That's the going rate. But I'm the more I see this card, the more I like this card. Tough decision, but it's a good decision to have. I'll keep an eye on it. Let's get him fully trained first of all. Yeah, I think Cubs fan Steve, I think it does show just the regular ratings. I think though, if you go on Discord and you go into buy sell cards and you promote it as a fully trained card, that it's up on the card shop for this price, I think that's the only way to notify people that it's a fully trained card. Yeah, there would be nice if there was a tutorial or a guide that showed how the trainings work and when you can sell a trained card and how to prove it's a trained card. I guess I could take a screenshot and then put it on buy and sell and say, hey, look, he's fully trained. But then, as Snailman said, you can only sell it at a certain time. Otherwise, it reverts back to its original rating. And I don't know how that all works. So I don't want to say to someone, hey, he's fully trained. He is currently at, 123 in left field. And then they buy him and he goes back to the original, which still isn't bad, right? It's not like he was at 40 out of 123. So anyway, that is Sam Crawford. Giancarlo Stanton, last year, he hit, I guess he's been on another team when I got him on the card shop. Last year, he hit 335 for me with 36 home runs, 105 hits. And this year, he's currently hitting 364 with 10 home runs. And my favorite card of season 1, my favorite card, 63 overall, Rob Deere, who I'm going to have to replace because there are so many better outfielders that he's just not getting a lot of game action right now. But Rob Deere, last year in rookie, he had 57 home runs, 145 RBIs, a 273 average, and a 6.3 WAR. This year, he's terrible. 175 average with 5 home runs. But I don't have him fully starting. I've only got him up against the lefties. Rob Deere, what a career year as a 63 rated bronze to have that season last year in rookie. He led rookie with 57 home runs. Of all the players in rookie last year, he had the most home runs. So he was a player of the week. He was an all-star. He won the Platinum Stick Award. You see all his different PP payout. Home run champion, only got me 1,000 perfect points. So he's earned me probably about 4,000 perfect points in a season and a half. I love that you can check that out too. You can go to a player, you can click on their history. Look at Mike Donlin or George Sisler. Over 7,500 perfect points. George Sisler has earned me. And even a guy like Derek Jeter hasn't earned me as much. But Sisler and I'm guessing Hank Aaron maybe? Hank Aaron has earned me over 5,000. So I bought him for 25,000 and he's already made me back 5. And who else is going to be a moneymaker? Mike Donlin. Not as much. 1.3 thousand perfect points. Yeah, cool that you can check that out. Crawford hasn't earned me a lot because I did have him on the card shop when I first got him. I put him up for 750,000 and then dropped it to 700,000 and there was no interest. So I said, I'll just keep him. But we'll see. We'll see how things go with him. All right, guys, let's open some packs here until our next break. And if you notice anyone that is valuable or could make the team, none of these guys. A lot of the recent baseball players haven't been in movies or TV shows. So it's tough getting a live player that's good and in a TV show. Joe Genewich from 1924. He's good enough to make the team for now, but I got to check if he's been in anything. First time I've come across that Plat 4 card. I think there's, 120 or something Plat 4 cards? Next up, live. Come on, hounds. Come on, dogs. Where's the barks? Where's the dog emojis? Where's the emotes? Let's get things rocking and rolling here. I don't need the sirens. I'm in rural area. I don't have sirens out here. I need the dogs to get barking. We need at least one addition to our theme team. Preferably a pitcher. Future legend Corey Lee. Not really worried about completing all the missions because some of the cards won't help me. I only need those actors. And we're going to call our first time out because these are horrible. This really is like a second Monday. So what I like to do sometimes is play a certain game called To Gouge or Not to Gouge. These are all currently the cards up on the card shop for over 400,000 perfect points. 400,000. Babe Adams. This is my second choice for Plat 4 pitchers. And look at that. We have two people selling him for about 450,000 perfect points. The gap is not too far apart for a high value card. That is not gouging. That is fair price for Babe Adams. Huey Jennings on the card shop. A tournament edition card. Not gouging, 420,000 is fair. Only one person interested. I would love a Hugh Jennings. Look at that speed. He is like the Sam Crawford of the infield. Al Kaline. Well, there is no past sales of this card, so it is whatever someone's willing to pay. PTCS card, a very, very good card. I mean, look at this card. Look at these numbers. This guy is all you need in the outfield. He'll play forever as your center fielder, unless Willie Mays passes him, but I doubt it. So right now, selling for $3.5 million, which is a lot of money. Right now, if you were to buy 3.5 million perfect points, do the math. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But there is one person out there offering up 1.7 million. I wonder who that is. So yeah, I don't consider that gouging because it's an extremely rare card. Bobby Matthews. 3 of them up on the card shop. I'd say at least one of them is not gouging. And a couple people interested in Bobby Matthews. He would be the number 3 card I would go for pitchers. All right, guys, our last break is coming up, and then we'll open some more packs. Be back in 90 seconds. Go grab yourself a coffee. Go to the washroom. See you in a bit for our last segment. All right, welcome back, fans of baseball and fans of OOTP, for the last segment. And thank you guys for hanging around with an old Canadian former teacher of over 30 years who taught history and social studies and just love sports, baseball, hockey. Thanks for hanging around. Still over 150 of you here. It means so much. Thank you so much. 400 plus followers. Thanks again to Ted McMinn65 and Phoenix X or ZZZ for following today, and for all of you that come in, whether it's Cubs fan Steve or Radman or other affiliate streamers like EVC and Gorgo that pop in, all of you guys, Wildcat, anyone that's commented and followed, thank you so much. You really do mean a lot to an old former Canadian teacher. Well, still Canadian, but former teacher who loves history. Yes, I do. But of course, history is always written by the victors. So going back to our gouge or not gouge, just to kind of finish it up, Otani, one of the top cards, sought after cards. It's not a gouge because that's the current last 10 sales. So if someone wants to sell it for 1.8 million, I have no problem with that. Warren Spahn, another pitcher I'd like to get my hands on, 490,000, fair price. 2 people are selling him for under level 10 or last 10. Max Scherzer, a card that is must be tough to get because it is retaining its value of over 900,000. So that's a fair price because that's the going rate. And a card that's kind of surprising. I thought Tris Speaker would be worth more, but there's 2 people selling him for about 75,000 perfect points more than the last 10 sales. It is a card I would love to get. I think Mr. Audit picked him up for his Reed theme team. And Steven Strasburg, a newer card. Hard to gauge the value of it. So we won't see a peak Steven Strasburg on Thursday because this one is a peak and it's going for about 700,000 right now. But you know what? I don't know how this will play. It seems there's much better pitchers out there for what you would pay for Steven Strasburg. Be interesting to watch his performance for those managers that have him. All right, guys, let's finish off the theme team packs after that last time out. Hey, Erie, haven't seen you around for a while. Yeah. Those CC5 collection ones, especially the cards you need for the missions. Yeah, there are a lot of them that are gouged. And the top bunch, are tough to get in packs. So especially that Max Scherzer. That would be, if I could pull a Max Scherzer, that would make the week. But right now, I haven't even pulled the gold on the theme team today. I do have a gold pack, though, so I'm guaranteed to get at least 1 gold. Dom DiMaggio. Even if you were in a movie or TV show, you would not make my team. I got too many good outfielders. 2 faceless players means our second time out. Just getting lousy cards. Yesterday, I got lousy cards. Today, lousy cards. But the boy said, let's get back into it. Lap. We'll bring you a decent card. It's not happening. All right, so I've got about 10 packs left. I'm going to leave those until Thursday's stream because nothing is happening with that team. So let's go back to the main screen. Got my El Perfecto tournament coming up in about 3 hours, but let's spam a couple more irons here. Try and earn some more of those free packs. And we haven't checked in on the Jays recently. Jim Unknown is feeling not loved. Let's give some love to the Jim Unknown Blue Jays. And I always enter them in the Ace of Bronze. So let's get that done. So here is the team that last season was in first place almost the entire season. And then on the very last day, my Rocky Mountain Gladiators tied them. And then Rocky Mountain won the extra game. So they got the better seeding. And Rocky Mountain went on to win Diamond, and they are in perfect. So yes, if you haven't heard, one of my teams made it up to the Perfect League for the second time. We'll check in on them on Thursday and see how they're doing in perfect. Today, let's look at the Blue Jays. They are in Diamond 351. Not doing too well. 15 and 21. I haven't paid a lot of attention to this team. Right now, they are on the cusp of being relegated. So I do need to focus on the Blue Jays a little bit more. Currently, the Los Angeles Firemen, who have been to perfect 4 times, are leading this league with a 27-9 record, and they are the heavy favorites, at least right now. Maryside, they are doing pretty good, 25-11. They've been to perfect league 3 times. And thanks, Cubs fan. Yeah, it is a cool feeling because it's so hard to stay in perfect, but it's so hard to get there because you have to win Diamond, and Diamond is so competitive. So yeah, thank you so much for the shout out there. The Blue Jays, again, I don't consider this really a good Diamond team. Free-to-play player, doing the best I can, and I still have the original Shoeless Joe Jackson. I still have Larry Walker. A lot of these players are abandoned by the time they get to Diamond. I've got Tops, Julio Rodriguez, sitting 286, not too bad. And I still have a silver card, guys. But I've said this before. George Kell is the unsung hero of the Blue Jays. Look at that. For a silver card to hit 283 in gold, 269 in gold, 244, 248 in diamond, 270, 301. And his fielding doesn't overly hurt me. So yeah, I've had him right from the beginning. And then my catchers, Roy Campanella, he needs to be replaced. And King Kelly, slide, Kelly, slide, hitting 271 with a couple MVP appearances. So this is not a team that I've worked on a lot. Again, I've got 80,000 perfect points. I'm going to have to start paying more attention to the Blue Jays. But let's see. Let's see if they are due for some packs. Come on, get those dogs a-barking. I feel it, guys. I feel the hype train coming. I feel a diamond coming up. We got to do it for the Blue Jays here. Again, if I get duplicates that I don't need, I will post them on the card shop for the lowest price. I did not pull anything worthwhile yesterday. I did get one diamond Plat 4 card on the theme team, which I can't use. But just the packs have been cold for the last 48 hours. Here's my first gold today. In 40 packs, my first gold. Part of 2 missions, which I finished already, so I'm going to put him on for bare minimum 1001. I don't see a lot of the live cards being used in future missions. I think those days are pretty well gone. Yeah, Cobra, what? I'm glad I'm not the only one. On EVC stream yesterday, his packs were extremely cold. Mine yesterday, icy cold. So if you're finding that as well, might have to wait till Thursday and the new cards come out because these are just horrible. I know when Gorgo says, OOTP, give me a good card. He gets one like right away. So let's try that. In Gorgo's voice. OOTP, give me a good card. But he says, he uses the voice modifier. OOTP, give me a good card. I don't have all those fancy bells and whistles. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Finally. Can't believe I get so excited over a diamond card. It's like, woo, woo. So there you go, Cubs fan Steve. You got to try that. You got to try it. Bry Dave, you pulled 2 historical perfects and 1 historical diamond this morning in 16 packs. Now you tell me. You got all the good cards today already. Congratulations, though, by the way, but now that makes sense why Cobra and I can't pull anything good. Who did you pull? Bry Dave, who were your 2 historical perfects? Hopefully it was like a Warren Spawn. Fill us in. Make us jealous. And let's open up the diamond card. What do we got? Cano and Jackie. Hey. Earlier historicals, but Jackie's still pretty popular. All right, what do we got? We've got a Josh Hamilton. What is he part of? He's part of CC1 and CC3. That definitely helps complete the missions and selling for about 20,000 perfect points. Well, we're going to keep Josh Hamilton. So I can at least be a little bit happy. And using the Gorgo voice, here's a gold. I love when Gorgo pulls a good card, he just looks at the camera and smiles. Gorgo, if you're here, we love you. You do great stuff on your streams, but I had to use your voice imitator and it worked. I got a diamond and a gold in 2 packs. All right, I will keep him for the Negro League 2 missions. I'm using that voice. It's not trademarked. It's not patented. I am using that voice in the future. Gold card number 2. And a Wilson Alvarez, which I have already. So this one I'm going to quick sell. I don't need that live card. And Wilson Alvarez, if you guys want to get a good start on your Plat 4 missions, which will probably be announced in a couple weeks, I will put him up for 99, saving 39 perfect points. Here you go. Wilson Alvarez. It's going on the card shop. Not yet. No. Not yet. How about it? No, not yet. All right, let's put him on the card shop. If you want Wilson Alvarez, there's your chance. Finally, we get a dud pack. Well, come on, Erie. You just make sure you warn anyone around you, wife or kids or girlfriend or spouse. you know, because she may want you to get some counseling if she doesn't have the background to why you're using that voice. But you can't overuse it because it's not going to work all the time. You have to wait for that special time when Gorgo goes, "Come on, OOTP, give me a good card." And he smiles at the camera. So you can use the voice, but sometimes you need to give the look. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I have not seen a screen like this. It looks really pretty. And yeah, you have to say it with conviction. You can't just throw it out there. You can't just, you know, fake it. It's not going to work. You have to fool the OOTP algorithms to thinking it's Gorgo. So you really have to say it with conviction. And the look. Don't forget the look, Erie. So I've got to screenshot this, because when I put this on YouTube later, this is going to be part of the thumbnail, because it just looks so darn pretty. Wow. Okay, we are going to open these cards. Only 140 of you here to witness this? Come on, where are you, fans of OOTP? All right, let's open these up. Come on, let's check it out. Behind door number 3, we have a fairly good Rick Farrell. I'm happy with that card. Behind door number 1, we have not so good of a card. All right, so one good card, one not so good card. Come on, guys. I love playing this game. What's behind the perfect card? What do you think? On Friday, it was Sam Crawford. And before that, it was a live Clayton Kershaw. Those are the last 2 perfects I've pulled on stream. What do you guys think? What do you think it will be? I'm using the Gorgo voice. It will be a tops bunt. Max Scherzer. It can't be Babe Ruth anymore, Cubs fan, Steve. That you can't use that one. He's gone out of packs now. I don't know if there's any limited edition 100s out there right now, but that would be a diamond, I think. A diamond rate. Bassler. Is there a live Bassler? Because isn't he going to the Blue Jays? Oh, Max is a diamond? Okay, well, I'm going to go with a, why not? Let's go big. Let's go plat for Hal Newhouser. Bring it. First of all, I want to thank Gorgo for inspiring me to stream, inspiring me to open packs, and inspiring me to every once in a while call out to OOTP and use a voice modification to get a good card. I'd say that it's worked today. It's just too bad Gorgo's not here right now. Wow. I said Hal Newhouser. This is probably even better. Maybe not. I was looking, if you remember maybe it was last week when I was going on the card shop and looking at all the cards over 400,000, and there was a Warren Spahn for 440,000. And I said, that's a good deal. You should go buy that up. And I said, if I had 440,000, I would buy it. Now I got to make sure I don't quick sell this. Don't quick sell, cancel. So there's another card that's selling for last 10 of over 600,000. I can't believe it, guys. Friday I pulled the plat for Crawford on the theme team, and although I would have loved to have this card on my Gladiator Perfect team right now, the Blue Jays definitely could use him. But while the iron's hot, and Dave, I'm going to give you a thank you, because when you came on the chat and said you pulled your historicals, that's when things started popping. That and the Gorgo voice and the Gorgo look, things started popping. Believe me, if I had the power, I would love to do that. That every time I pull a perfect card, like I'd get to do a draw for 10,000 perfect points. I'd love to have that power. But nope, they let me do it on Thursday. All right, gold again. What do we got? We got a Blue Jay. I can't be disappointed when I pull a Blue Jay. And another gold. I am on a Blue Jay run. Oh, yeah, I forgot to check that, Dave. He is in the big train. So that helps me get Johnson. Nice, I'll have to go check that out, see how far I am away, because that is an extremely valuable 100 points. And now things are getting cold. So we're going to pull maybe 4 more packs. I'm not going to use the Gorgo voice or look again because I don't want to abuse it. No, not going to abuse it. We do end off with the gold, and it is not a bad one. All right, let us go back. How are we doing on time? Almost coming up on our last break. Woo! Still got 17 minutes before the next sim. Let's go to the missions. Did not complete any of them. So let's check out Cooperstown. And look at that. I've got Greg Maddux. I'm 115 away from getting Greg Maddux on the team. Having Glavin and Burley Grimes as a choice pack definitely helps. 115 points from getting Maddux. So I could, save up for Bob Friend. That's 200,000, and then one of the gold cards. So it would cost me about 244,000 to get Greg Maddux, which I don't know if there's any on the card shop. Oh, I was going to go, what? 105? But that's the Plat 1. Yeah, there is no Cooperstown Maddux. So if I can get one more card in a pack or a tournament, if I can pull a Mike Garcia or a Eddie Lopez, if I can pull one of those diamond or gold, then I'm in buying range to finish that off. And who was the other one? Who was the Walter Johnson? Still quite a way. It helped, absolutely. Warren Spawn helped, but I still need 220 points. 220. And they are expensive. That's probably the cheapest one right now. So if I bought that George, he would get me 70 points, which would put me at 225. So I'm still 150 away. So yeah, Walter, the big train, still got some work to do on him. So now we get to look at Warren Spawn as a member of the Blue Jays, the Jim Unknown Blue Jays. Great changeup, great control, movement. Did not expect that card there, but I will gladly take it. Now we have to replace him. And I think I take out Jonathan Papelbon. Jonathan Papelbon, you are leaving the team for Warren Spawn. And we'll be back to close out the show in 90 seconds. See you guys soon. Thank you for hanging around. Hope you hang around for the last few minutes here. Wow. All right, guys, it has been a wonderful, wonderful end to the stream. Very, very, very cool to pull some of those cards and have a lot of fun with you guys. Thank you so much for being on. Remember, again, on Thursday, I will be giving out my next 10,000 perfect points to one of the viewers here. All you have to do is follow. You don't have to subscribe to win it. You just have to be a follower. So if you haven't done that, hit that little follow button and get notified when I come on stream. That will be on Thursday at about 1 p.m. Eastern that I am streaming. Thank you so much for your support, for everything that you guys contribute to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It does truly mean so much. And it's always a great day for baseball. Even in Canada, even in the winter, great day for baseball. So many memories that we have from the baseball universe.